Good morning and welcome to Newmarket on this Good Friday in Holy Week. Welcome to Newmarket, but not on this occasion to St Mary's. We gather at the Bill Tutt Memorial on Newmarket High Street for an Ecumenical Walk of Witness. We've heard the story of Christ's arrest and trial told, and we've sung together, we've prayed together. We will now walk together down the high street, make our way to the shopping centre, and there we will hear the conclusion of the Passion narrative, Christ's crucifixion and death. As the walk unfolds, I'll read verses from the Lamentations of Jeremiah, verses which tell of the desolation, the desertion, the loneliness that the city Jerusalem feels as she weeps over what is happening. As applied to Christ's death, she weeps for the loss of her Saviour. How lonely sits the city that once was full of people. How like a widow she has become, she that was great among the nations. She weeps bitterly in the night, with tears on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she has no one to comfort her. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, return to the Lord your God. The roads to Zion mourn, for no one comes to the festivals. All her gates are desolate, her priests groan. Her young girls grieve, and her lot is bitter. Her children have gone away, captives before the foe. Is it nothing to you, all you who pass by? Look, and see if there is any sorrow like my sorrow. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, return to the Lord your God. From on high he sent fire. It went deep into my bones. He spread a net for my feet. He turned me back. He has left me stunned, faint all day long. For these things I weep, my eyes flow with tears. For a comforter is far from me, one to revive my courage. My children are desolate, for the enemy has prevailed. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, return to the Lord your God. All who pass along the way clap their hands at you. They hiss and wag their heads at daughter Jerusalem. Is this the city that was called the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? The thought of my affliction and homelessness is wormwood and gall. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, return to the Lord your God. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul that seeks him. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, return to the Lord your God. It is good that one should wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for one to bear the yoke in youth, to sit alone in silence when the Lord has imposed it, to put one's mouth to the dust, there may yet be hope. To give one's cheek to the smiter and be filled with insults, for the Lord will not reject forever. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, return to the Lord your God. It may seem incongruous to be walking down the streets of Newmarket with such an obscure item, this large wooden cross. But of course, this is exactly what Jesus had to do, to carry his cross through a crowded city, a city celebrating the great festival of Passover, so a city that was thronged with visitors from far and near. Through these streets, Christ walked, carrying the instrument of his torture and death. Through these streets, Simon of Cyrene was compelled to walk, carrying a cross which he could not own. Through these streets, Mary, his mother, walked, looking on with horror, disgust, lament, fear. Through these streets, the women of Jerusalem wailed and mourned, sadness expressed at the sight of what was happening amongst the Jewish people. Through these streets lurked the ever-present Roman authorities. They too watched what was happening from a distance, but with great interest. For amongst these there were some, surely, who looked on and could say at the last, truly, this man was the Son of God. Maybe even Pontius Pilate himself. Pontius Pilate, who was amazed at Christ's response to him. Pontius Pilate, who had the presence of mind to ask, what is truth? Maybe even he, in the end, recognized the glory in this man, humbled, ashamed, disfigured, hung on the cross. For this man is the truth. This man Jesus, is the way, the truth, and the life. And we who come to him have life in him.